College football season right around the corner. Let's take a look at the opening week of games on Labor Day weekend. Hey, I'm Bill. He's Todd. We're from FootballNation.com. Todd, originally we were going to look at the best games of the college football season, but we kind of got excited looking at just the first week. There's some really awesome matchups in week one of the 2016 college football season.
Bill, the season gets off with a bang. 5 straight days of college football, which has been the norm in recent years, but it's the big games that are highlighted. You know, usually you see a lot of cupcakes versus juggernauts.
Right.
There's some juggernaut v. juggernaut action here. Let's get into it.
Yeah, first day of September, Thursday, and even into Friday, we have some good matchups.
Well, the matchups aren't quite as good in those days as we'll get to on the weekend. But, Bill, 16 games to whet your appetite on Thursday, including South Carolina at Vanderbilt and the underdog Appalachian State at Tennessee. Keep an eye on that one. And then on Friday, 11 more games highlighted by Kansas State at Stanford. Christian McCaffrey gets his Heisman campaign off and running. But, Bill, Saturday is when it gets interesting.
All right, so Thursday, Friday, it's more about quantity versus quality.
Right. It's about, hey, the season's here. We're going to give you a whole bunch of games to watch. You're going to watch the crap games, even if they're crap. But Saturday, no shopping, no honey-do lists. Sit at your TV because starting at noon, Bill, all the way through midnight, it's just 12 hours of great action. All
right, so let's go to that noon game. Who's opening up the Saturday slate?
Bill, I love this game. It's Oklahoma and Houston. Last year, Oklahoma finished 4th in the country. Houston finished 8th. They were the Cinderella team of the year. Both quarterbacks are back. Greg Ward from Houston, Baker Mayfield from Oklahoma. Love that game. It's at NRG Stadium in Houston, so it's a Houston kind of home game, Bill.
Right.
And, man, if they can knock off the upset there, Houston could run the table.
All right, how about a little bit later in the afternoon? You have a couple games at 3:30.
UCLA at Texas A&M, Bill. UCLA, a lot of hype going on there out in the Pac-12. Texas A&M, ever since Johnny Manziel left, they've kind of been cursed at the quarterback position. Had a weird offseason where a lot of highly recruited quarterbacks decommitted, left the school, transferred. So they're kind of a school in turmoil, but an interesting game there. LSU and Wisconsin, Bill. It's at Lambeau Field.
Awesome.
Lenny Fournette of LSU starts his Heisman campaign where the Packers play their home games. That's going to be a fascinating game at 3:30. At 5:30, I love North Carolina and Georgia at the Georgia Dome. Another neutral field, Bill, which would be heavily favored for the Bulldogs.
Sure.
And then at night, Bill, USC, Alabama in Dallas, and Clemson and Auburn wrap up the night at 9 p.m. Just a great slate of football.
That's some primetime action. 8 o'clock USC, Alabama, and 9 o'clock Clemson, Auburn. All right. That's going to be a very busy Saturday night. Get your DVRs ready. You're not going to be able to watch all the games. It's a lot of action.
That's why they built DVRs, Bill.
That's right. All right, Sunday, September 4th, and we're going to go into Labor Day, Monday, September 5th. You have a couple games on the schedule that you're looking forward to.
Bill, Notre Dame at Texas. Texas has been down, but one of these years they're going to turn it around. They are at home. Notre Dame's going to be a top 10 program. Huge monster game there. Be interesting to see who Notre Dame trots out at quarterback. They have a couple really good ones waiting in the wings there. And then on Monday, Ole Miss and Florida State at the Citrus Bowl in Orlando. Ole Miss is one of those SEC teams, Bill. Chad Kelly's their quarterback. He's one of the top quarterbacks in the country. Florida State returns a whole bunch of starters. It's going to be an outstanding SEC-ACC matchup.
All right, what games are you looking forward to from week one of the college football season? Tell us in the comments right on FootballNation.com.